Alright guys, hey, bring you something pretty exciting here. What I have here in my garage is the IS5 Object 730. Yes, it is a campaign reward tank, tier 8 premium tank. Does not have pref matchmaking, but it does have premium crew experience earnings, as well as it just makes absolutely phenomenal credits, and it's a great tank. I absolutely love it. So let's do a quick garage review, then I'll get into some live gameplay, as well as doing a mastery badge from the previous night. And so looking straight on, as you can see, it's pretty much the standard um, Russian pike nose. And what that means is this armor right here is 120 millimeter sloped. This is 120 millimeter slope, and I'm not sure what the lower front plate is, but it is pretty sloped pretty well, as you can see, and it does pick up some pretty troll bounces. So what that means, frontally, you really want to aim here, or if you're able to, aim at this spot on the roof. This area is only, I believe, 30 millimeters thick, and of course you have the cupolas here that you can aim at and shoot. Because this is 30 millimeters thick, pretty much any gun that you hit it with that will typically face, with the exception of the low caliber medium guns, will auto pen the top. This area right here is this area is 120. If you hit right here on both sides, you will probably pen, you probably won't pen the actual mantle, but the other areas pretty much auto pen. So again, you want to aim here, here, or lower front plate. Now, if it's at this angle, you can always aim up in here, which has a, if you aim back in here, there's a pretty good chance you'll kill his driver. However, if you aim at this area right here, which gets a track shot, takes off the track, you will also probably take out his ammo rack. What I found is taking hits up here does tend to kill your driver. Taking hits down here tends to take out your ammo rack. If you're shooting frontally on the IS3s and IS6s, this area here on the shoulder is spaced armor. However, what I'm finding too is with high caliber guns, they do pen, you do take damage, and it's just not as good as the IS3 or IS6 in that regards. But overall, the armor is very comparable to the IS3. Now from the sides, this area right here and this area right here is 120. You do have spaced armor here. It's not great, but it does allow you to side scrape. You get down below this area here. Down here, it's really, really thin, easy to hit. And you may be able to hit that drive sprocket right here. Now, of course, you can always try to overmatch the engine deck if you have that shot, like if they're backing up and where the tank goes up, you can always overmatch the engine deck. I believe the back is 30 millimeters, or I'm sorry, 60. Now let's get into the gun. The gun is interesting. It says IS3 autoloader. That may be for a future gun coming in or future tank coming in the game. But this on the IS5, it is a single shot. The reload is between that of the IS3 and IS6 with Brothers in Arms and rammer and vents. I have a 10.4 second reload. The standard ammo is APCR, which has 221 millimeters of penetration. Now compared to AP, AP rounds, that's equivalent to about 210 to 11 AP. Just because of the extra normalization that AP gets over APCR. But 221 APCR is pretty daggone good for a 122. And the shells actually travel very, very quickly at 1,400 feet per second. And your prem round is a heat round with 270 millimeters of penetration. This allows you to go through the front of even the most heavily armored tank in the game, which, because this does not have pref matchmaking, that comes in handy. And your typical standard 61 millimeters pen HE. Now the dispersion, your actual aim is not that great at 0.46. Not that great. However, the dispersion I find really doesn't matter too much. It doesn't feel that bad. And your aim time is 3.2 seconds. I absolutely love this gun. Your turret is typical 200 millimeters front Engine's actually pretty good, 700 horsepower engine. I am finding though that you're not going to get your engine set on fire, but you will get your fuel tank set on fire. And so what I've found is shots at pen right down in this area at about this angle will set you on fire. Radio, I have noticed that the radio on this is pretty bad. Your signal range is only 440. Eh, but whatever, radio, it's prim tank. It's really only across the map that you just notice it and then you're like, oh, whatever. Who cares? You're brawling with tanks anyway. As far as equipment goes, I go with Verstab, rammer, and vents. There can be an argument made for gunling drive. I haven't tried it yet. I may. As far as ammo loadout, I go with 20 APCR, 10 heat, no HE. And with the mastery badge, you'll find that with my mastery badge battle, very glad I did not have any HE in my tank. And as far as consumables go, I go with a large repair kit. This because it does decrease your chance of losing a crew member by 15%. So hoping that it will save a little bit of money for my driver especially. Small repair pack and auto extinguisher. Unfortunately, on this tank, you absolutely cannot run food, which would help quite a bit with the gun habits that you do have. So anyway, that's it for the garage review. Let's go ahead and get into some fights. All right, let's see what this can do in a tier 10 matchup. The map is Encounter. There's 2 artillery. I think what I'm going to do is kind of my normal play and actually come to the cap area. Really don't want to try and brawl it out over here. I can kind of probably expect to see the E3 and 704. I really just don't want to have anything to do with those guys. Now, at the cap, I'm likely to see the E50M, which can be an issue as well. This tank is glorious. Now, one thing I have noticed is that the turret is pretty slow, so if it does get knocked out, good luck. Already turning pretty slow. Yep, see they got the E3 over there. And so it's my opinion that playing the 1-2 with Encounter on this map really just doesn't do you much good. By the time these guys would win this flank, if they have a better force here at the cap, they're going to. So I'm going to push low. And there's their E50M. I'll be a little bit closer, maybe where this Bulldog is. So the end time, the dispersion is not that bad. And yeah, the .46 accuracy is so bad, man. Okay, U50M is staying up top. I do have a 704, so I'm gonna push up. See the 140s up in front of me. Yep, horrible accuracy. .46 accuracy there. E50M staying up top. 1390s coming in. All right, I'm gonna pop up and shoot the C50. Actually, better shots penetrating him. That's the driver issue. Can't complain about this gun though. Hopefully get the kill. Nope. So here's the problem with pushing the 1-2. We're now significantly ahead of tanks, and they're way out of position to do much more. And we can just push and overwhelm this T-28. Yeah, no, it's not too many issues with this gun. Yeah, this gun's good. Something smacked him good. Seriously? Seriously? It'd been a while since I'd been lit. Nah, that's frustrating. I don't think I was lit. There's nothing to light me. Oh. Wow. Okay, that was BS that I hit that shot. Not gonna lie, that was BS. 3k damage, I'll take it. Yeah, accuracy though is not a huge issue. Alright, let's see if we can pick up at least one more shot of damage. I doubt I will though. Looks like the 50 is gonna have a nice little tasty snack there, so I'm gonna pop up top and hopefully the Wizzy makes an appearance. No kills, but 3k damage, and I've fired 8 shots, and they've all hit and all penned. No. Stalin may be merciful, but not that merciful. Alright, let's see at the post-game results. Really can't complain about that. Victory, Confederate, 3k, 3,095 damage done, 74k profit. And I finished top on experience and top on damage there with 866. This is a very communist game. Everyone got a little bit. 8 shots, 8 hits, 8 pens. Very little damage taken. Well, I mean, actually, I was doing 296, so repair costs in this vehicle maybe 7,500 at total repairs. APCR is a little bit expensive, but not horribly so. In the end, with the standard account, I finished with 75,000 profit, and I had a bunch of credit multipliers, personal reserve, bonus for premium. So my crew that time did earn 2,857. Yeah, there were no special missions. So this was just a live battle in this tank. So I'm going to come back in with a masterclass battle. Hey guys, it's Marine here bringing you a masterclass badge in the brand new IS5. Now, as you can see, it is a Sand River encounter, and I'm platooned with my buddy Rojo 180 from Relo. So we're top tier. Enemy has a lot of heavy tanks. They have IS3, IS6, KV4, 2 Tiger 2s, T29, Tiger P, KV85. So what I'm expecting, and I will get, is a massive brawl right here, with some medium tanks hopefully brawling up here, but our main focus is going to be down here. And of course, Chaffee's doing the exact run that he should. Get some good vision up. Thankfully, there is only one artillery. Not a high likelihood that I'm going to make that shot, but it's worth a shot. And so here I'm just going to try to use the terrain. Easy pen. So right now you're just gonna see a lot of brawling. Working different shots with Rojo. And as you can see, the K4 rooftop is always troll. Even Rojo bounced off of it. So really just looking for shots here. And was able to pin him that time. Pretty much hit the exact same spot. So again, just Rojo and I are just going to be trading here for honestly quite some time. There's a lot of HP. That was just a bad shot. I'll blame lag. But I'll blame lag. So what we're trying to do is just focus down targets one by one. That's just the troll nature. So I don't believe he has a top gun, so he has almost no chance of penetrating me frontally. Bit unfortunate there. And it's at this point that we notice that the IS3 is up here all alone. Nobody went up here to challenge him. I noticed him because Rojo was suddenly pointing up here and made the comment about it on TeamSpeak. So you have 3 of us here, 2 Tiger 2s which are engaged here. They don't have shots on IS3. It's pretty much just us. And like I said in my review, look where I got hit. That's the first damage I took. Set me on fire. So again, fuel tanks. Yep, as you can see on the monitor, it was a fuel tank which got caught on fire. Just comes with the nature.
The fire is out.
So here we're just going to continue to try and brawl. Especially at this range, the .46 accuracy is not even noticeable. But it was at this point too, I was getting a little bit worried. We're down 3 tanks. They still have a lot of heavy tanks, still have a lot of HP. And so Rojo and I just really need to be smart here. Bit unfortunate again with that bounce on that Tiger 2 turret, because it was stock turret. But is able to slam one through the side of the KB4. Had this been the IS6, there's no chance in hell I would have penetrated that shot. Been unfortunate there again too with the RNG. Thankfully Artie's able to put in a good shot there and is able to bounce his shell. Unfortunately starting to bleed a little bit of HP here, but we're down 4 tanks, so I do need to continue to try and poke. I've already shot 14 APCR and loading my first heat because a little bit more desperate of a situation. Able to pen there. The size 3 made a horrible mistake going up there. It sounds like, I believe Rojo just got hit by artillery. Ground is very overpowered. And just going back to APCR here. Serb's not with me. We really want him dead. And Rojo actually, he just fired and he is loading an HE shell to try and deal with him. Both Rojo and I failed to notice that T-71 behind us, but it looks like the Pershing was dealing with him. Still bouncing some rounds, but they're starting to be a little bit more aggressive with their pokes. And we noticed too that the IS6 is starting to creep up on the backside. Getting a little bit more desperate here. To their credit, they are making it pretty difficult for us to focus one down, but I was able to overmatch the roof of that Tiger 2. It is APCR, 122 APCR, so it still has that overmatch capabilities that the standard AP 122 AP has. Fortunately now, because we have been slowly whittling away
Armor is
their
destroyed.
HP, we are starting to catch up, and that round was just absolutely guided by Stalin there. I was considering shooting at the MT-25, but
Excess
there's
damage.
no way heat's going to pen.
That one didn't go through.
And it looks like, yeah, T-28 or M44 actually put an end to the MT-25, and thankfully we've pulled this back up. RNG, man. But I really do need to be careful about when I poke now. So just letting Rojo poke up. See, he still has HE or HP. Probably could aim that a little bit more, but I really want to get that shot off and back up. But I'm down to 5 rounds. Rojo's picked up 3 kills. I've picked up 1. I'm at 3,500 damage.
Enemy armor is destroyed.
And was finally able to pick up another kill. I've done 3,549 damage with 2 kills at this point. Only 4 rounds left. This was just a very, very fast paced. This thing does carry more rounds than the IS-3 does. IS-3 only carries 28 rounds, whereas I carry a little bit more, I carry 30. So here, Rojo and I are communicating. We want to pick up this Brothers in
Armor
Arms,
is destroyed.
and I was able to pick it up there. Back off because they still have artillery. I really don't want to die here. Super long range shot here.
Enemy armor is
Still able to
hit.
pen. APCR may not have been able to pen that, but I'll take it. Rojo and I have now picked up Brothers in Arms. I've done 3,890 damage, and artillery is still there to be killed, and I may have accidentally just fired my second to last round. So I only have 1 round left and M44s, so we spot him. Very likely that I will kill him if I pen. He's not looking,
Enemy armor is
and I
destroyed.
pick up the kill. As you can see, this was indeed a mastery badge, and because I did kill the artillery with my last round, I did pick up the Fadens. Of course, we got the Brothers in Arms, got the high caliber, and the steel wall. What I'm finding is that this tank is pretty invulnerable to the front, to anything less than probably about 200 millimeters pen. A little bit more than that. It can somewhat consistently go through your armor. It is the IS-8 hull, though it doesn't have the module layout the same. But anyway, yeah, I finished with 4,339 damage, 4 kills, with a base experience of 1,418. In the end, I only profited 45k, but I did fire every single round. I do carry 20 APCR, which is typically more than what you're going to fire, but I'm finding that with the rate of fire and the ability for this thing to just put out raw damage, that I'm actually shooting quite a bit, and I've run out of APCR several times in this tank. Um, what can I say about this tank? It is just an absolute blast to play. I'm very glad that I spent the time to try and get it through the campaign. Um, there will probably be opportunities to earn one yourself, either through the campaign or through a wargaming contest. I very, very much doubt that it'll ever be available through the store. But if you ever find yourself with the opportunity to pick one up through a contest, through Clan Wars, through any kind of event, I definitely would. Oh, just to point out, I did block 2,290 potential damage. I was hit 12 times, only 4 penetrated, 8 bounced. Um, I can't say enough good things about this tank. The only issues I do have with it are the ammo rack and driver dying. Um, but other than that, it's a very good tank. It'll be probably one of my most utilized tanks in the game, behind the CDC, just for pure credit grinding. So, anyway, guys, this was a Mastery Badge review and a tank replay, and I hope you enjoyed.